السلام عليكم. رجعنا مع بعض حتى إن نكمل تسجيل قطعة زائد هلا إن شاء الله بنجاوب إحنا وياكم الأسئلة. فنبدأ مع القطعة اللي هي البيجينينجز. فإذا بنطلع هون بنلاقي إنه حكينا طبعا أنا وياكم speaking and reading اللي هي what fast food campaigns are there in your country. شو هي الفاست فود اللي عندنا؟ حكينا ممكن ناكل إحنا فايتا، ممكن ناكل همبرجر، ممكن ناكل KFC. And why do we, is it healthy to have fast food or not? It is not healthy to have fast food. It depends on what we are talking about. هلا بدنا نشوف، حكينا إحنا عن the man behind the KFC. We read the passage or the comprehensive passage twice, but I will read it for the third time. Underline the main things that we refer to, and we will see how we'll go on and answer then the questions. For example, first, the man behind KFC, it has one paragraph. This is one paragraph. This is another paragraph. So we have now two paragraphs. Then we have this paragraph. So we have now three paragraphs. And the last paragraph, which is the fourth paragraph. So we have four paragraphs. يعني لما أنت بتكون تقرأ بقطعة، عشان إذا بقول لك السؤال second paragraph line 2 for example, we will go this is second paragraph عشان ما نضيع وقت وإحنا بنجاوب الأسئلة. second paragraph line 2 مثلا he, the pronoun he, line 2 second paragraph refers to. So we will go back to second paragraph line 2. This is line 2. This is the pronoun he. He left home when he was 12 and worked on the nearby farm. After that, who is he? Then he here refers to Sanders or Harlan Sanders. So this is just to know what we mean by paragraphs and, for example, lines and refers to. refers معناها تعود إلى أو بترجع إلى. So Harlan Sanders was born in the USA in 1890, but his childhood was not happy. It wasn't happy. This is simple past. Simple past. The verb here is auxiliary verb. It is be. The past participle of be, verb to be, is or are. The past participle from is was, from are is were. So his childhood wasn't. Why we say wasn't, not weren't? Because was refers to his childhood, which is singular. Wasn't happy one. His father died. Died, it is simple past, but it is main verb. The main verb in simple present is die, D-I-E. The simple past died when he was only 6. His mother didn't have here not auxiliary verb, it is a possessive verb, يملك. Didn't have much money, so she needed, the past participle of needed to find a job. She went to work in a shared factory, and Harlan stayed, the verb, at home. Why? To look after his younger brother and sister. This was, or that was, when he first learned to cook. That refers to what? Refers to the time that he learned to cook. That, the time اللي he looked after his younger brother and sister. He left, الماضي of leave. He left home when he was 12 and worked, simple past, on a nearby farm. After that, he had a lot of different jobs. صار عنده وظائف عديدة. And in 1930 قد كان عمره من 1890 ل 1930 40 سنة. he became the manager of a service station in Corbin, Kentucky. في مقاطعة كوربن يعني كنتاكي. He started cooking, بدأ يطبخ meals for hungry travelers who stopped at the survey station. لمين who start? He started cooking for whom? For travelers. Travelers اللي هم الباسنجرز المسافرين who stopped at service station. وزي ما حكينا بالماضي service station اللي هي المحطات اللي بتقدم الوجبات أو الأكل. هو عمل هيك محطة. And soon people came only for food. أول إشي كانت هي محطة على الطريق. خلينا ناكل عند هذا المطعم، لا عند هذاك، لا عند هذا. Later on he became a famous, so the people came to eat from this station. Later on, soon people came only for the food. Harland couldn't serve everybody. ما كان يقدر يقدم الأكل لكل الناس اللي تيجي عنده. Why? Because the place was too small. So what did he do? He decided to move to 142-seat restaurant across the street where he could, the pass of can, serve all his customers. Over the next 9 years, after working for 9 years, he developed the secret chicken recipe that made him famous. Recipe اللي هي الوصفة الكنتاكي and it is secret. He developed طور the secret chicken recipe that made him famous. The third paragraph. The first official Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant did not open until في عندي هنا connection words until August 1952. Until here it is a connection word which means the beginning here of the action. There is no official restaurant when it was opened in 1952. There is no until ما كان حتى. This is the beginning. By 1964 شو عمل؟ There were more than 600 KFCs in North America. That year refers to what? It refers to 1964. What happens in that year? Sanders sold the company باع شركة for $2 million. But he continued to work at KFC. باع الشركة لكن هو ضل يشتغل بالKFC as public spokesman and visited restaurants all over the world. باع الشركة صح لكن ضل يشتغل فيها مستشار. And he usually travels 250,000 miles. بضل يسافر بالسنة حوالي 250,000 ميل. Until he died in 1980. he traveled 250,000 miles every year until he died. Now the action is stopped. He was traveling, then he died. So until it means now he stopped traveling. Now this is the beginning of the action. Until this means the end of the action. Age 19 كان عمره 96. 6 years later بعد 6 سنين يعني it means in 1986 Pepsi Cola or company bought KFC for how many? For $840 million. There are now KFC restaurants in more than 110 countries around the world and KFC has 20 million customers every day. في عنا كل يوم 12 مليون زبون بتناولوا KFC. Customers, the persons who buy. The person who buy things. But the recipe is still secret. والوصفة ما زالت سرية. خلينا نروح مع بعض للأسئلة ونشوف. في عنا these are actions happened in the past. بدنا نحاول نرتبهم. Read the article about Harold Sanders. Put these events in order. بدنا نرتبها. يعني في عنا he traveled. هي this action. His father died. He became the manager. He sold KFC. He was born in 1890. He developed his secret. He learned to cook. He moved to a restaurant across the street. مين أول واحد؟ هم حاطين لنا إنه أكيد أول حدث بده يكون إنه ولد. Then he was born. After that he was born. What we will have? Yes, we will have his father died. After his father died شو صار؟ يلا he learned to cook. طبعا his mother went to work. Later on he learned to cook. After he learned to cook, he became the manager of the service station. بعد ما صار the manager of the service station كان small, he moved to a restaurant across the street. After 9 years, he developed his secret recipe. Later on, he sold KFCs, and the last one, he traveled 250,000 miles a year. Okay, so these are actions happened in the past. بدنا نرتبهن. أول حدث أكيد ولد سنة كذا. آخر حدث أكيد مات سنة كذا. لو في عندنا كمان وحدة كان قلنا he died. طيب. Read the article again. Okay. And answer these questions. طيب. Yeah, مع بعض. Why did Harlan Sanders learn to cook? Why? Why did he learn to cook? We said that Harlan learned to cook. Why? To look after his younger brother and sister. That was when he first learned to cook. How long did it take him to develop his secret recipe? It was found in paragraph 2. Just look. Over the next 9 years, he developed the secret chicken recipe that made him famous. إذن أخذت معه 9 سنوات. How long? 9 years. When did the official KFC restaurant open? The first official KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant didn't open. ما كان مفتوح. لو أنت till or until August. It means that the first official Kentucky Fried Chicken was opened in 1952. When or how old was Harlan Sanders when he sold the company? We know that in 1964 there were 600 KFCs, and in that year, in 1964, he sold the company. So he was born in 1890 1890 و1964 باعها. إذا قد إيه بيكون عمره؟ 1964 ناقص 1870 1890 بيكون عمره 74 سنة. He was 74 years. What happened in 1980? Where is 1980? 1980 is here. He traveled 200,000 miles every year until he died in 1980. Then he died in 1980. How old was he? Aged 90. كان عمره 90 سنة. Who bought KFC 6 years later, or Pepsi bought KFC for $840 million. Okay, who bought KFC? The Pepsi company. تمام؟ هيك احنا بنكون انهينا القطعة، عرفنا شو يعني references، عرفنا شو يعني paragraphs، حتى إذا بدنا نجاوب على هيك قطعة وإجتنا أسئلة تانية نعرف كيف نتعامل معها. يعطيكم العافية.